In the span of a single human lifetime, China has undergone a transformation with few historical parallels.
Only decades ago, it was still largely rural, lagging far behind in advanced technologies. Today, it operates at a different temporal scale, one where the future is not anticipated, but continuously constructed.
City after city has rewritten its skyline, replacing horizontal growth with dense forests of steel and glass. On the ground, high-speed rail lines now span the nation, collapsing distances that once defined regional separation.
Where the land resists, engineering advances. Expressways cross mountain ranges on bridges that set new world records for height and span.
Entire deserts have been converted into fields of solar panels, turning emptiness into energy at continental scale.
In China, futuristic forms are no longer confined to concept art. They are built, inhabited, and quickly normalized. In this environment, a bridge breaking global records or a skyscraper redefining height is not an endpoint, but a stepping stone. Like the rest of the country, for much of the 20th century, Shanghai's skyline was not a forest of towers.
It was a disciplined, horizontal line along the Huangpu River. The Bund defined it.
A procession of neoclassical and Art Deco buildings stood shoulder to shoulder, facing the water.
Completed in 1927, the Customs House Clock Tower reached approximately 300 feet, becoming, for decades, this was as tall as Shanghai dared to go. Beyond the Bund, the city spread outward in low-rise neighborhoods.
That restraint ended decisively in the 1990s, when Shanghai turned its attention east across the river to Pudong.
The signal was unmistakable. The Oriental Pearl TV Tower.
Finished in 1994, it was not just tall, it was unapologetically futuristic. Concrete columns supported a sequence of pink-hued spheres, inspired by a classical Chinese poem comparing falling pearls to jade plates.
Observation decks offered views no Shanghainese had ever experienced. The Bund reduced to a line of stone facades. The next phase replaced symbolism with scale. In 1999, the Jinmao Tower was completed. Rising about 1,400 feet over 88 floors, its design fused modern engineering with traditional Chinese proportions.
A tiered form based on the number 8, long associated with prosperity.
A decade later, in 2008, directly beside it, the Shanghai World Financial Center opened at approximately 1,600 feet.
With its trapezoidal aperture near the top, engineered to reduce wind pressure and structural load, it earned the nickname, the bottle opener. Upon completion, it was the second tallest building in the world, a technical achievement that placed Shanghai firmly at the forefront of super-tall construction. Yet even that title proved temporary. In 2015, the Shanghai Tower surpassed them all.
At about 2,100 feet with 128 floors, it became the tallest building in China.
Its defining feature is not just height but form, a twisting asymmetrical cylinder that rotates roughly 120 degrees as it rises.
The double-skin facade creates thermal buffers and reduces energy consumption, while wind turbines near the crown contribute to on-site power generation. What is striking is how quickly the extraordinary became normal. Shanghai's development shifted from height alone. One of the most telling examples is the 1,000 Trees project.
The complex replaces a former industrial site with terraced concrete columns planted with hundreds of trees.
Offices, retail, and public spaces are embedded within a structure that looks like a constructed hillside.
If Shanghai's skyline tells the story of finance and ambition, the Yangshan Deepwater Port reveals how that ambition is made operational. It's the largest and busiest container port on Earth. A logistical machine that has ranked first globally since 2010.
Each year, It handles more than 47 million containers.
Moving goods between China's industrial heartland and markets across every continent.
Constructed on a group of small islands, Yangshan allows the world's largest container ships to dock fully loaded. Much of the terminal operates with minimal human presence.
Automated guided vehicles, robotic cranes, and AI-driven scheduling systems coordinate container movements with precision measured in seconds.
Connecting this offshore port to the mainland is the 20-mile-long Donghai Bridge that links Yangshan directly to Shanghai's Pudong district.
Another sprawling metropolis, Beijing, is both a forward-facing capital and a repository of more than 3 millennia of history.
Here, futuristic development does not replace the past. It rises beside it, often in deliberate contrast.
That tension is most clearly expressed in the CCTV headquarters, completed in 2012 in Beijing's central business district.
Designed by Ome, the building rejects the conventional vertical skyscraper altogether. Instead, it forms a continuous loop.
Two leaning towers joined by a dramatic cantilevered section more than 250 feet above the ground. More than a television headquarters, it is a statement. Beijing is willing to redefine what a landmark can be.
The city made a similar declaration on a global stage in 2008, when it hosted the Summer Olympic Games. The National Stadium, widely known as the Bird's Nest, seats approximately 91,000 spectators and is wrapped in an intricate lattice of exposed steel. The seemingly chaotic structure is, in fact, highly ordered, engineered to absorb seismic forces while eliminating the need for internal columns.
Beyond these global icons, Beijing's futurism often appears in commercial and residential districts.
Wangjing Soho and Galaxy Soho, designed by Zaha Hadid architects, exemplify this shift. Comprising fluid, asymmetrical towers, the complexes abandon rigid lines in favor of smooth forms. Yet for all its experimentation, Beijing remains anchored by its historical core. At the center lies the Forbidden City.
Constructed in the early 15th century during the Ming Dynasty, the complex covers nearly 188 acres.
Unlike many Chinese cities that look south or east, Harbin has always faced north, oriented towards Siberia and its extreme climate. Qatar's offshore marvel stands tall, a testament to engineering. Temperatures routinely fall well below freezing, and the Songhua River locks into ice. Rather than resist these conditions, Harbin turned them into spectacle. Since 1985, the International Ice Festival has transformed the city each winter into one of the most surreal urban environments on Earth.
Covering hundreds of acres, the festival features massive structures carved from ice blocks cut directly from the frozen river.
Entire palaces, cathedrals, towers, and cityscapes rise from the ground, illuminated at night with programmable LED lighting.
The clearest expression of modern Hangzhou is found along the Qiantang River, where the Olympic Sports Expo Center anchors. Completed for the 2022 Asian Games, the complex includes stadiums, arenas, and exhibition halls designed.
Its centerpiece, the main stadium, often compared to a blooming lotus, seats approximately 80,000 spectators.
Rising nearby is the Greenland Hangzhou Center, the tallest building in the city and a defining marker of its vertical ambitions. Standing at almost 1,000 feet, the Twin Towers are a key component of a recently developed 9-square-mile mixed-use area.
The iconic wing-shaped form is derived from the first letter H of the pinyin of Hangzhou, which symbolizes the city's harmony and beauty. Yet another of the city's most distinctive landmarks is the Hangzhou Intercontinental Hotel, instantly recognizable by its golden, egg-shaped form. The hotel rises above the riverfront, like a polished artifact from the future.
Spanning about 22 miles, the Hangzhou Bay Bridge links the industrial and financial hubs of Shanghai and Ningbo.
Before, trips that now take just over an hour could require more than 4 hours by traditional roads and ferries.
Completed in 2008, the Hangzhou Bay Bridge was designed to confront both scale and environment. Engineers employed deep pile foundations and aerodynamic design to ensure stability and longevity. Every span was optimized to withstand not only the natural forces, but also the immense weight of continuous heavy traffic. Suzhou has always existed between two worlds. For centuries, it was defined by water, a dense lattice of canals that earned it the name Venice of the East. Today, it stands at the edge of China's most advanced economic corridor, with some of the country's most ambitious contemporary architecture.
Along Jinji Lake, Suzhou's modern skyline has taken shape.
Dominating it is the Gate of the Orient.
Completed in 2016, rising about 990 feet, the structure forms a monumental arch.
Two towers joined at the top, framing the lake and the city beyond.
Frequently compared to a giant gateway, or even a stylized opening, the building was designed as a symbolic entrance to the new central business district.
Nearby, scale replaces symbolism.
The Suzhou International Finance Square rises approximately 1,500 feet.
Completed in the early 2020s, its sleek tapering form reflects the region's shift toward high-value development.
Yet Suzhou's identity cannot be understood through glass and steel alone. A short distance away lies Zhouzhuang, one of China's best-preserved traditional water towns.
With a history stretching back more than 900 years, Zhouzhuang is defined by narrow canals, lined with whitewashed walls and...
To build modern road networks here, engineers abandoned conventional thinking and turned to extreme elevation, long-span bridges.
For years, the benchmark was the Beipanjiang Bridge, spanning a gorge on the Guizhou-Yunnan border.
Fashion. Qatar's offshore marvel. A 500-meter tower was built, where it should be underwater. Rising 300 meters above the Arabian Gulf, it demonstrated that full-scale expressways could operate safely at extreme elevations, transforming a slow, hazardous mountain crossing into a matter of seconds.
The Beipanjiang changed expectations. And then, those expectations were pushed even further. That new threshold is marked by the Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge, which has now taken the record. Crossing the Huajiang River in Guizhou, the bridge carries an expressway at a height exceeding 2,000 feet above the canyon floor.
In Hunan Province, another engineering marvel, the Aizhai Bridge, combines structural daring with visual drama.
Suspended about 1,150 feet above the canyon, it carries an expressway between tunnels drilled straight.
The bridge's steel box girder deck is supported by massive cables, while its approaches disappear almost immediately into mountainside portals.
Positioned on the Haihei River, Tianjin expresses its ambition not only through finance and commerce, but through daring feats of engineering. The Tianjin Eye, a 400-foot-tall Ferris wheel, is constructed directly above the Yongle Bridge. Each of the 48 fully enclosed capsules carries visitors over the Haihei River, providing panoramic views of the city's skyline. At night, the wheel transforms into a glowing beacon. Its LEDs choreograph to create patterns of color and movement.
A few kilometers away, the Qifeng Bridge stretches across the river, connecting residential and logistics districts.
Beyond the city limits, Tian has embraced a different kind of futurism: solar energy.
Expansive photovoltaic farms stretch across reclaimed industrial land and agricultural edges.
These fields produce thousands of megawatt hours annually, supplying both industrial zones and reducing the city's carbon emissions. Many of the installations incorporate bifacial panels, capable of capturing reflected light from the ground, and are monitored with AI-driven systems. At the center of Shenzhen's vertical ambitions stands the Ping An Finance Center.
Completed in 2017, it rises almost 2,000 feet over 115 floors,
making it the second tallest building in China and the fourth tallest in the world. Designed by Kohn Pedersen Fox, its tapering profile reduces wind pressure while maximizing usable floor space.
Nearby, the Shenzhen Civic Center forms the city's administrative and cultural heart. Its striking horizontal roofline references a bird in flight, a metaphor for the city's speed, openness.
At night, the roof is illuminated with LED arrays that trace the building's silhouette, creating a sprawling beacon. China's story does not pause at the moment this journey ends. It accelerates. The landscapes, skylines, and records seen here are not fixed achievements, but temporary markers.